Q star 75, I want you to hear me loud and clear. Your mama is going to get to wear her very best black dress if you try to donate anything to my teenage daughter. I want to help make you famous, Q star 75. I want the world to know that this is what you think about little girls. I want your community, your job, your church, your family, all to know that children are not safe in your presence. Q star 75, I have a permanent solution for men with your particular illness. Parents, I need you all to protect your children from this one. And Q star 75, you and men like you are the reason my daughter doesn't have a social media account.
First of all, I want to say thank you to this dad for standing up for and protecting his daughter like he just did. In his video, we can see how just disgusted and angry he is at the thought that someone was saying that about his baby girl. I can only imagine how it must have been for him being a dad having to read that about his child. That is crazy. And secondly, for goodness sakes, why is that comment not against TikTok's community guidelines? And I think this is again a teachable moment as to why it is best for children to not be on social media because there are just too many creeps, too many sickos, too many P3DOs out there. Permit me to deviate for a moment to another comment by another grown ASS man on TikTok. This was what he said about a child. And again, why was this comment not against TikTok's community guidelines? Why was it allowed to stay up for so long to the point where a lot of people had the chance to see it and then respond to it before the commenter took it down because a lot of people were coming for him? Back to QStar75. Investigators on TikTok has identified him as Quentin McClanahan, and he is said to be the owner of a systemic cleaning company in Westmoreland, Tennessee. This commenter says, I have his address, maybe police should pay him a visit. He's in a rural area, might be worth checking for other issues. This same commenter also says that he lives with his mom. For me, it's the way the internet and social media have made some people very comfortable online, and now they now believe and or think that they can say anything and they would never get found. It's just crazy. Like, nobody is truly 100% anonymous. You can get found. Why don't everybody know this? And it gets even more baffling for me when people who are trying to be anonymous have on their profile picture their own picture. Like, can you be any more dumb? How do you say something like this with a burner account, but on your burner account you have your picture on there? I've seen some people say in comment sections that the reason why they believe TikTok probably allegedly allows for comments like these to stay up is so these people can feel comfortable enough to expose themselves, which would then lead to us knowing who these people are and then further expose them so everybody can be aware of who they are and stay clear from them, so we can further as a people, as a society, protect our children better because now we know who the P3DOs are, who the weirdos and the creeps are in society because they have exposed themselves. And again, this is allegedly, nobody is saying for a fact. I'm not saying for a fact that this is what TikTok is doing. I'm just saying what I saw people say in comment sections. But regardless of whether or not this is what TikTok is allegedly doing, heavy on allegedly, the reason why, if this is what they are allegedly doing, I don't think it's a good idea is because if this is what they are allegedly doing, that would in a way be them allegedly, indirectly, virtually signaling to the P3DOs that TikTok is kind of like a safe space for them to air their minds and talk about, their sick tendencies and sick interests. That's why I'm like, if at all that's what TikTok is allegedly doing, I don't think it's a good tactic. I don't think it's a tactic that makes any logical sense, because the last thing you want to do is give these people, these sick people, the impression that, such a platform where kids are present on, that's a platform that started out with kids dancing, right? The last thing you want to do is give these people the impression or create a safe space for them to come and, just be sick freely, because that could go south in many different unfortunate and sad ways. Giving P3DOs the opportunity, the chance to be able to just air their minds and live freely in an attempt to try and catch them in the process could lead to some very dangerous situations for children. What if you don't catch them fast enough? What if you never even catch them at all? I just don't think that this idea of, the platform is probably just giving them an opportunity to out themselves so we can catch them is a good idea or a good tactic. I see this tactic, if at all, as them using the children as bait, and I don't like baiting very much, especially when you are baiting kids. I don't. And again, I'm not saying this is what TikTok is doing. I'm just speaking generically. All that I have said is allegedly. I've been alleging since how many minutes ago now? Please, allegedly again, one more time, allegedly. And I do want to apologize for the multiple allegedly I just said. Please bear with me. I am broke as hell. I am not from a rich home. I do not want to get sued. I cannot afford it. So yeah, I am protecting my broke black ass. Hope you understand. I know you do. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Yeah, I have to. Who? People like this should be on a watch list. They should be on the XEX offender list for sure. Commenting something like this should be a crime just from the get-go. Like, you saying something like this should be a crime. Right now, the song playing in my head is that song. I don't know who sang the song, but it goes like this. I've seen a lot of what the world can do, and it's breaking my heart in two. Yeah, this word is really breaking my heart. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Talk about it, please. This world is crazy. It's crazy out here. Half the time, I can't even believe this place actually truly exists. Sometimes I look at the world, I'm like, this has got to be a very bad dream. I would wake up soon. But then I never wake up, and every time I'm like, Mama, Kina Mama, so you're telling me this place is for real? This is what it is? Damn. But I guess the only thing one can do now is just, work with the world the way it is and do what you can do to make it as better as you can, not only for yourself, for the people around you, for the children. They are the most vulnerable in our society, and we have to protect them because, if we don't, who will, really? Who will? And oh, I can't believe I forgot to mention this earlier because some people might be wondering. Yes, for those wondering, he did make a video with his daughter, and it was in that video that this Q star 75 guy dropped that sick comment.
I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out.
You did what?
I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor.
And I'd like to represent myself as a teenager within their age group. Mr. Lee, out of your 100 best friends, only girls are taking your hair down. But where are the boys? Do they not fit your criteria?
No objections.
Instead of using your students for free labor, you could have simply used the money that you make as a content creator to pay your stylist to take your braids down. But let me ask this. If you couldn't get your braids down in time, why didn't you just reschedule your appointment?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Lee, I don't think any teacher, male or female, should request that students take their hair down at school, period. And then you compare the situation to mutualism? But the only organism that benefits here is you. So is this you being a cool teacher? Or is your behavior just plain weird? And with that, I rest my case. Time for the jury to deliberate.
is the fact that Q-Star75 saw this video where this man and his daughter were calling out the inappropriate behavior of that school teacher and thought, yeah, this is the time for me to be even more inappropriate, and hell sick. It's just crazy. It just goes to show that this person really don't care. They want to be sick and they are going to be sick regardless of what anybody thinks, feels, or says, to the point where they can't even read the room, no touch with reality. Like, man, they are calling out inappropriate behavior, but here you are being even more inappropriate. Like, it really is a crazy world out here. It really is a wild world. So please be safe out there. And yes, let's please make it our priority to make sure that the kids, the children in our communities are safe as well. And yeah, I'm going to be leaving this here. Let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. Thank you very much for watching. I would see you in the next one. Bye.